And we're just doing that sound check to make sure that our sounds are sounding.
Yep.
Looks like we are. I mean, I've got the green light. And we're just doing that sound check. There we go. The sound check. So our sounds are sounding.
Very sound.
Very sound. Much sound.
Much sound with the sounds.
All right. So for this Feature Focus Friday, unfortunately, we were unable to secure ourselves a guest because, finding guests sometimes is a difficult thing to do. For some strange reason, people just don't want to talk about their business. Oh, wait, hang on. We got to fix this camera.
No.
There we go. Everyone wants to see the pair. Besides, you're the guest.
Whoa, am I?
We had trouble securing a guest, so we're going to talk about our projects because, it's a feature focus Friday, and both of us have projects that we are featuring and focusing this Friday. But it doesn't look like anybody's watching, so I'm going to assume that everyone looked and said, "Oh wait, they're not talking to anybody new. Fuck those guys."
Probably.
So we'll talk about the exciting developments for Van Meter Design Studios.
Oh,
first.
There?
Yes.
Is there?
Somebody sold money.
Oh yeah,
and someone's been pumping art out like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So
it's been through the Sacred Agora, our web store. You go over there and check out all the merchandise featuring my artwork and logo designs. And I want to give a thank you to Tabs for her recent purchase of 2 mugs.
Yes. Also, Vince Easley bought.
Yes. Thank you, Vince.
I mean,
Vince
Katrina
Easley.
bought an ILM T-shirt, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are moving stuff.
We are starting to make sales, which is a good thing. It's slow, but that's the way the stuff starts. Everything always, when considering like individual businesses, you do have that slow start, and then it just starts to roll. I mean, there are occasions where like businesses take off viral and are making retarded amounts of money really fast, but if you plan on having something that lasts for a long time, the slow start is generally a better indicator of a brand that's going to stick around for a while. So, do you have any new art on the horizon?
I'm always working on art. So, pretty much what I've been doing is pieces that can translate over well to whatever kind of media that we're, transposing it to, be it printed T-shirts or mugs, or totes, even posters. I know quite a few people have mentioned interest in buying the original pieces, but it's actually quite easier for everybody to buy the printed.
I mean, it is easier to buy the print. I mean, if they want the original art, it's just a matter of
me up, talking to me.
Yeah, then it would it would be fine. We would just ship it out, and Donna would figure out how much she would charge for that. That's on her. It's not me.
Well, some of the pieces actually they vary in sizes from little 2-inch diameter round pieces to business card size art. And I couldn't really justify charging somebody X amount of dollars to try to ship, and it's a little piece of wood. But I could put those things on other products.
Media,
yeah. And useful, everyday useful art. So, yeah, I did these two pieces last night. Speaking of the business card size work that I've been doing, pretty much what these are I've been getting into pouring acrylic pour paints, and some of the bigger pieces that I do have excess paint that I'm pouring off, and so I use these as catch to catch paint, so I'm not wasting it.
Right.
So, and then in order not to be wasting the wood, I just see whatever I can in the paint and the wood and carve out something and paint it. So yeah, I've been working on that. I got everything ready to start testing and playing with the epoxies.
The resin.
Yeah, epoxy resin. So when the next instrument build gets here, I will be utilizing that technique for the build, for the design. So I want to get familiar with what I'm working with before I apply it to something as
Something that we're going to sell for
right,
a few $100s, you know.
right. So there's that, and of course I've been doing, like I said, paint pouring for a minute, and I'll show some of these. I'm also doing DOS and sculpting, stuff like this. It's just
You want me to hold it?
me getting used to the technique and finding the right mix and consistency of the acrylic paints with the Floetrol and other pouring mediums. This one was originally a paint pour, but I got to it too late and it started setting up too fast. It was like my first attempt with the Paint Masters or Pour Masters, and it ended up being a landscape instead. So no mistakes. Happy little incidences, like Bob Ross says. And that was the second attempt with the paint pour. With the Paint Pour Masters brand, I should say. So it's just getting a feel for how to make the little cells and everything. I got smaller pieces over here that let's see, anything show worthy. I use a lot of these and also my digital art that
You will find.
Sacred Agora. Like this one. Another paint pour remnant on wood that I just carved out a landscape. I believe we have mugs and
Prosciutto sun.
and yeah, trippy stuff like that. And see, some of the artwork that I do is actually small, so getting it in print is actually suggested, so you can see all the little minute details that is incorporated in some of my other work. This is what I've been working on recently as well. I had to gather all the things to gather for the epoxy, like blowtorch and all that fun stuff. So it's a tea light or tea candle candle holder. I know. Here we go.
Yeah, just toss it in.
See, do that. Ta-da! It's a little big, but you get the point. And this is actually made out of DOS, kind of like a paper mache clay composite medium that you just form like clay and let it air dry. And then you have to worry about,
You're getting wet.
you get wet. And so you have to protect it. So.
Yeah, DOS is a medium that is non-permanent in nature. If you use DOS, you have to seal it, because if you don't seal it and it gets wet, it will fall apart on you. It will go back to its original state. So I mean, I guess that's good if you want to have like clay for your kids to play with, and you know that they're just gonna make something and then leave it, and then they're gonna want to make something again in the future. You can just wet it down and reform it.
Yeah, it's really neat. I really enjoy that. This is the Sun Dog, Son of a Beach piece. You can find that also over there. And another 3D piece, DOS sculpture. That was probably like my first.
That was your first DOS piece.
Yeah.
Look at that ass. Just look at that ass.
He does have a booty, man.
That
That gnome's got back. And there's a couple more pieces. I haven't posted that to Sacred Agora yet, but it'll probably be on something or another, or a poster. And this one is on a mug. Definitely using the paint pour technique on the background with the party penguins superimposed. So, yeah. Now we're currently waiting for materials to get here from Australia. So I really am looking forward to the next coming project for
I should actually look up where it is, because it can't be in Australia anymore. It's got to be stateside by now, 'cause it's supposed to be here on Monday. Monday.
The Metro.
And then Donald's going to be fast at work creating that. And that bass and the banjo, we're going to actually put on the Sacred Agora as sale pieces for 30 days. 30 days. If it doesn't sell by then at our asking price, then I believe we're gonna throw it on Reverb and have Reverb auction it off for us, because they have a wider audience for an auction. So it probably would have been better for us to run our first one off of Reverb, but we wanted to make sure that everybody who expressed interest had the opportunity to bid on it first. Specifically, one of our friends who is banned from Reverb because of a identity theft issue. Yeah. Like, her identity got stolen, and then someone went on Reverb and basically trashed her account, and then now she's forever banned from Reverb. So we didn't want to put it up on Reverb. specifically because then she would not be able to participate in the auction at all. But at this point, we're going to put an asking price up on the Sacred Agora. And if that asking price isn't met, then we will take it down from Sacred Agora, throw it up on Reverb, and leave it at that. I mean, that's the best way we know how to do this as far as like custom pieces are concerned. It's the same idea that I have as far as if someone decides they want to commission a piece, there's a down payment involved with that, and then we build the piece, and then the rest of the commission price is due. And if they go, well, I can't afford to pay for it. Well, first of all, the down payment, the deposit is not refundable, but that's fine. Then we will attempt to sell it and to recoup, the rest of the money. And if that doesn't happen, then we're just going to auction on Reverb and get what we can for it. I mean, that's pretty much how our business model is going to go as far as that's concerned this year. Once we have a workshop, like a real workshop, things will be a little bit different. I don't want to say mass produce because we're not really going to mass produce, but we will be putting a production line out, and then it will be X amount of instruments a year that we'll be selling. So there's that. Anything else, artiste?
No, just waiting on that next build. So, what have you been doing, Mr.
What
Comfortable
have I been
Lies?
doing? Oh, wow. What have I been doing? I mean, besides everybody arguing with me on the internet. This morning I shot season 2, episode 7 of Comfortable Lies. I still have to edit it, put the videos together, seamless segues in between each angle of video. I did also post an indie learning music tutor video, the first in a series of permutation videos, where I explain permutation exercises, different varieties of permutation exercises with your fretting hand, eventually then also with your plucking hand, with keys, and the like. Basically, it's a free resource that's meant to be like a skill builder in order to get your chops where they need to be able to more fluently play your instrument. Because, well, when you communicate with a language, the better you understand how to use that language, the better you can communicate. And the same thing goes with an instrument. The better you know how to use the instrument, the better technique you have, the more accessible the nuances of conversation with that instrument become. So, yeah, this weekend, meaning yesterday and today, has been a lot of video recording and editing and posting on. Hang on. myilmt.com. And I will be, of course, updating the network with Future Focus Friday. And I think that's it. Well, over the weekend, I'll be updating Bard and Broad for this week's this week's blah 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 blah. This week's um, installments, I guess we can call it. I don't know what else to call it. Where I basically jump online with my bass and start playing music, and you know, almost nobody shows up most of the time. So there's that. So that's what I've been doing. You know, just working my chops up with my instruments and working on comfortable lives. Shirts available at the Sacred Agora. And also working on ILMT stuff. I did kind of put it a little bit on the background when my schedule switched, just because I wasn't feeling my best as far as playing was concerned, and it was painfully obvious I wasn't my best during that whole schedule switching thing that was going on at my day job. But now I'm roaring to go. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So there's that. I mean, I don't have much else going on.
Busy.
Of course, populating the Sacred Agora with many items. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. As far as the network is concerned, I keep trying to get new leads, get new people involved with the network. I have friends who are popping off businesses of varying types, but very few are actually like really deciding to go all in and get on here, for example. And I think that's sad. There's an old saying, free advertising is still advertising. Bad press is still press. And this is the opposite of bad press. This is only celebrating your effort. But I don't understand why so many people are very apprehensive about coming on, talking about what they're doing. Because I understand that whole mentality of, keep your plans close to you, but that it doesn't really make sense. If your plan is to distribute content, distribute items, provide a service, you need to let everybody know. I can't stress this enough. The whole hide what you're doing so that nobody knows your next move. Well, if your next move is I'm going to make money selling stuff in any way, shape, or form, be it content, items, or service, everybody needs to know. And it's not so much that they need to know for their benefit; they need to know for your own benefit. I don't really understand the apprehension of getting your plans out there. You want to know what moves. You don't want to let people know. You don't want to let people know that you're moving into a new apartment. Maybe that's what you don't want people to know, or your exact location where you live. Maybe that's something you don't want people to know. But as far as business moves, unless you're talking about trading stocks, you make money when people know about what you do. So get your asses on here. Let us know, that you have a business, you have something that you're looking to generate funds from, or maybe you don't even have something you want to generate funds. You want to generate funds from, but you want to actually, instead of generating funds, like a volunteer or something you do for charity, like the network. I do the network. I don't receive any funds from the network. The network doesn't pay at all. I don't even have Patreons for the network for the paltry $3 a person thing. So I mean, there's that. I did have some financial support with Timmy.
Thank you, Timmy.
Timothy Burchett did absolutely throw money my way, and I'm forever grateful. It is helping keep everything afloat, but make no mistake, I don't receive a paycheck for this. I do this because I feel it's a way to give back to the community. Um, so even if you have something like that where you're like, oh well, I have this thing that I do, but it's not necessarily something I do that makes me money, but maybe you want to bring awareness to ways that people can help other people, because generally that's why we get involved in businesses in the first place. Certainly, getting money is always a great motivator, but you don't get money just because you're there. You get money because society around you values what you do, and that's why they give you the money. That's why they buy your products. That's why they engage in your service, unless you, of course, are in bed with the government, and then you have some sort of monopoly business. And we are not going down that rabbit hole because nobody with a government supported monopoly is going to come here and advertise their shit on my fucking little shitty show that gets like 4 views. So, needless to say, get involved, get out there, get your people to me, come to me, let me know that you're interested in being here, right around like that area ish, and getting on here and talking about what you do. Talking about what you do, and get yourself some free publicity. Something that you can take. You can take like the link to the video and absolutely post it wherever. You can take the link to the page that you're going to get as a Future Focus Friday page. You'll get one that's keyed directly to your project, and get that and distribute that so that people can see what you're about, what you do. And I think that's pretty much all I got. We're getting close to that half-hour mark, and the action is going on so hardcore in the chat. Let me tell you. So thanks for the people who came by. That we appreciate as always. And we will see you next week, because tomorrow's Saturday, so we don't do one of these on Saturday or Sunday. We will be back for a State of the Network Monday, and we might have, by the time we go on the air, we might have the base.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Thanks. Awesome.
If it's not passing over Texas, which is apparently so frozen that not a plane can traverse it unless it has a politician.
I'm sorry, I'm not
board.
laughing at you guys in Texas.
Unless it has a politician on board.
Ridiculous people out on the internets.
All right.
Salute. Bye.
Everyone have a great day.
Get out of here.
Bye.